recording from the boudoir. Wasn't a great night. Didn't sleep very much. There's a lot of noise going outside from the cows and stuff, which was to be expected. But last night dropped down to 3 degrees. Well, considering the previous 2 nights I've been out, I think it was 11 and maybe 12 for the previous 2 nights. And I was in this sleeping bag, naked basically. Last night I got this shirt, hat, leggings, and lucky enough I brought some thick socks with me. And I even had to resort to putting my insulated jacket over the top of me as well. It's not a down one. I try not to use my down ones because I don't like them when they get wet. But that was just to keep warm enough, and I still found myself shivering a little bit for the night, which is odd for 2 nights ago. 7:30, 7:45 at night, I was sitting outside with a pair of shorts and a t-shirt watching the sun go down. And that's how rapidly it can change. It's not even that drastic. It was sunny yesterday. There was a bit of wind on my face all day during the moors coming from the north, but I think that's what's chilled it right down. And the temperatures dropped last night, but I'm still alive, so it's all good. Had a good one last night. I had a cow looking at my tent, or the guy rope or something like that last night. I had to give him a good before it went away. And then at 7 o'clock this morning, I heard a quad come up. Bearing in mind, I'm tucked right up amongst some gorse bushes and a gorse tree. And the farmer came up, couldn't get the quad through, and just called out to me, "Have you seen a brown cow?" I'm inside here. My first response was, "Have you seen a red car?" And then my second response was, "Not in here, I haven't." And then I said, "No," politely. I said, "No, I haven't." He said, "I was looking for one because it's in calf." I said, "Okay, I'll keep an eye out for it." But 7 o'clock in the morning, have you seen a brown cow? Morning, Jay from I Wonder UK. Day 3 of the 2 Moors Way, or coast to coast Devon version. I camped out on the moor here last night. I'm just waiting for my footprint to dry just there in the sun. It was cold last night, dropped down to 3 degrees. Tell you more about that in a bit. Today I've got to walk to Scorriton, which is about a mile and a half perhaps. From there to Holne, Holne. From there I'm going up to Widecombe in the Moor, hopefully getting some lunch or afternoon tea there. And from there going out to Chagford Common. So it's sunny, it's a lot warmer than it was earlier. It's 7 degrees, but the sun's out, which makes the world of difference. So let's see how we get on. Last little look around. Definitely leave no trace. And we're going out up for them woods, up to there. We're going up this public bridleway. We're only 10 minutes in and my legs are feeling it already, but this is my 4th day. It's only day 3 of the challenge, but the first day to get to the start point I walked to Wembury as well. Just, you know, why not? And I've had this on the last couple of long distance walks I did. On the 4th day, my body just seems to fade. You just have to, without being macho, have to push through it. Not even push through it, just ignore those pains and keep going. But take it a little bit at a time and nice and slowly to start off with. I find if I slow down, 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, it starts all easing off again. It's just that morning and the 4th day fade is what I'm going to call it. 15, 20 minutes on and you soon forget all your aches and pains. Muscles start getting warmed up, and I'm lucky, I know. I've got the sun on my face today and the views are quite amazing. The hedge is quite high, but I'll try and get a shot for you. That's what I'm looking on out this morning, over that way. From where I left this morning, where I think I showed you it was on the map, you have to drop down a little bit, cross over the footbridge, and then you're up on the bridleway, if I showed you previously. And then I've been coming down off this, still aiming towards Scorriton. A nice gentle descent. It is on track road, so there's gravel and stuff, but it's quite pleasant, and the views every now and again when the hedges aren't too high for me are just fantastic. It gets your legs warmed up for sure. Just walked through Scorriton. I think it's got a little pub there somewhere, I didn't see it, but they've got a wood-fired pizza in a van. Amazing. 2 cars down from a police car, a further 2 cars up is a camper van on the side of the road, literally sitting opposite a T-junction with not a care in the world. Sounds like a cool little village to me. I've been descending for about 20, maybe 25 minutes, and it's plateaued out, so I've got that feeling that we're going to be going up again. Roads here, big Elizabeth Rains granite block there, but we're heading up this bit now for MW, 2 Moors. This part is rock and loose rock, and it's quite an ascent as well, so be careful of your ankles, tread carefully. Just coming through Holne now, and the community shop's open and it's lovely. They've got those really nice chocky biscuits, specialist, fruit, everything you could think of. But the cafe, unfortunately, is not open till 11. I was teasing myself and thinking I might just slide in a bacon sandwich, but it's only 10:20. I'm not prepared to wait for another 40 minutes. So I'm going to crack on and try and get something to eat in Widecombe instead. It's a lovely little village. We're back out of the village again. I forgot to mention, Holne from where I was is 2.5 miles, about an hour. A tiny little bit of road work coming out of Holne, and then we're back out onto these cracking views along this little footpath, tree lined one side, barbed wire fence on the other, but it's beautiful. Sun shining, I know, I'm a lucky man. There's Detour there in the distance, centre of screen now, AISH Tour. As soon as you come off the road after Holne, you start coming down a path which is lovely, beautiful countryside, but watch out for the roots. There's some serious roots. Today I'm lucky, it's really dry, but when it's wet I can imagine that being a problem. I've experienced it before. But the views down here are lovely. I'm not sure if that gets picked up on the phone, but you can hear the river running down. But we're going this way. Because the cafe wasn't open in Holne, I'm going to carry on, and I think it's called a diversion into Widecombe, W-I-D-E, Combe. Like I say, I think it's a diversion, but there's a pub there and a little cafe. Going the pace I'm going, as long as it doesn't get too tragic ahead of me. Sorry, I keep looking down because I'm coming downhill and rocks. I'm aiming or hoping to get there for 2 o'clock. That should give me time to get something to eat. I had in mind a bacon sandwich for this morning, a little special treat, but a sausage roll, pasty at a push. I'm not really a pasty person. And I might even have a cream tea. I've only ever had 2. They're not really my thing, but I'm in Devon. I should try a Devon Devon tea. Scone with creamy jam on. I knew I could hear the sound of running water. It's the River Dart. Quite impressive. All these rivers are bringing back fond memories of me when I did the South West Coastal Path. I crossed over the and Plymouth and Dartmoor. Yeah, it's good to see. Wish I had more time to dwell. Easily spend a couple of hours down here. The River Dart from Newbridge. It's so more tranquil on this side. You walk over Newbridge, turn left, and then sharp left again, just after these double yellow lines. It's a beautiful walk, walking along to the left-hand side of the River Dart now, but watch out for these roots. They catch you unawares, give yourself a punt, never good. It's a shame there's a bylaw that says no camping, literally 10 minutes after Newbridge. Some lovely little bits in there. Like I say, it's a shame there's a bylaw, I think it's bylaw 5, that doesn't allow you to camp, because this is wild camping paradise. Flat level grounds, lots of tuck-ins and a river running by. A little note to oneself, find out what that bylaw is and how strict is it, because this place is just incredible. Where the river joins the road again, it's like a swell in the river, like a big pool. Go straight across the road and you're going in the wrong direction, but I hope I'm not. It goes immediately uphill for 5 metres and then cuts to the right. I'm hoping it's one of those zigzag paths. I'll let you know if I got it wrong or right. We've cut back again and we're going in the general direction now, so that's good enough for now. If it don't feel right, I'll check it. Ultimate wild camping spot at the top of the hill. It's a good 10-minute push up the hill through the woodland. It's beautiful, lovely old style woodland with the original deciduous trees, oaks, etc. But there's a couple of boom boom moments where you need to stop and just let your heart rate pop back down again, but nothing you can't handle. But then you break out at the top, just past those rocks, to views like this. The rocks back there with a little green plateau on, just before you break out with the great views, is Detour, L-E-I-G-H Tour. Fantastic views. I think I may have come up with a way of drying my socks. Not ideal, but a little bit like a hobo / tramp, but what's new? I'm in the middle of nowhere anyway, so nobody cares. Another great spot for a wild camp. The approach or coming round Tour. If you do actually go past the bit with the big slab of rocks and the tree on the last photo, don't. It's an obvious path that leads up from the trek, brings you out there, and I've just had to come up through this when I believe I could have probably gone from here. Yeah, it's all a bit of a challenge, isn't it? Quick spin round from Tour, A-I-S-H, and we are, there's the Tour just there, and here is the picture that I put on earlier. My bad, that picture earlier on might be of Tour, which is centre of screen now. Several little bits potential for overnighters on the west side of Tour. There's a higher Tour just in front of us with Tour just to the left. But try and give you some indication of the scale. Keep watching the centre of the screen. You can see a group of people walking up there then. Maybe some idea. Oh, and a cow. The ascent round higher Tour gets a little bit rocky, slightly painful, but I don't think it goes on for long. And again, I know it's dry for me, If it's wet, this will be treacherous. Quick look back at Detour. We're coming up the far, turn sharp left, and we're going down that way next. Quick look to our left down to down and up to Sharp Tor. Leaving Detour corner, I think there's a car park there, but there is a car park just there. And we're starting to descend down to Ponsworthy now, but we've got another whole vista opened up for us. Idyllic little house award so far for this trip. Just on the descent coming down to Ponsworthy. Lovely small little house. A little tiny bit of land around it. Have you ever had a bug on your leg and you think you save a couple of seconds by swiping it with your trekking pole rather than just wiping it down your calf, and then inadvertently put the trekking pole between one leg and the other? Just me then, eh? Yeah, the other side of it. Why do they call them horseflies if they live on cow shit? Horrible little things. Come off that moorland, and when you get right to the bottom you turn sharp right and you're following this road down into Ponsworthy, and it is downhill. It makes you walk a little bit faster, which I don't suppose is a bad thing, but it's nice today in the shade. This lovely wall shading me, keeping me cool. It's a little longer than I imagine, and it's a 20-degree gradient with the descent. You know what the thing that follows descent? Yeah, you know it. As you come down into Ponsworthy, the footpath is literally sharp left after that thatched cottage. There's a stream going across the road, just call it ford. If you've gone over that, you've gone too far. Don't do what I did. Just walk 5 or 10 minutes back into the village, admiring all the thatched cottages, which were lovely, and then realising I was going the wrong way. We all make mistakes. This is the path you should be following. Sorry, I've got a bee in my mouth. And very nice it is too. If you go down into the village, you're just going to go straight back uphill again, so it's not even like a shortcut, so don't do it. An idiot. I just realised I took a picture of the bridge with the gate and the sign on it. Very pleasant little path with the stream running down and the dappled sunlight coming through the trees. And I'm not being sarcastic, it's lovely. Fantastic little spots. If you got caught out in wild weather, I know it's under the trees, but sometimes it makes you feel a little bit secure. Happy Halloween. I'm in the little hamlet of Jordan now, another thatched cottage, and it's 2 o'clock, so I didn't make my guesstimate this morning, but I have taken myself a couple of detours, which I'm kicking myself about now. I know I shouldn't, but a little bit of energy it takes to go back on yourself is wasted energy. And I want to get to Widecombe in the Moor, get something to eat, and then get back out and get out to Chagford, I believe. But I've got a bit of road work and it's going uphill. Another delay. I've got caught in the rush hour traffic. Ahead is where I should be going, just to the left of that bush. But I'm going this way. I'm going to detour into Widecombe. I'm going to call it Widecombe in the Moor. And hopefully the cafe's open. And I need to top up with water. I've travelled light so far. This morning I thought I'd give myself a chance, so I didn't load up with water. Had a 500ml and a little drop in the other bottle. Thinking that I'll stride it out to Widecombe, and then I'll get a drink or something at home. As you know, the cafe was closed, so I have no water left now. So get into Widecombe, hopefully get something to eat and a nice drink and top up my water. Starting the starting the descent into Widecombe now, but here's a quick 180 of another new outlook. I hope I'm going through their centre screen now, not over the top of that. My legs are pinging a bit now. Could even be up there though. I need to look at the map yet. But after I've eaten, hopefully. The lump centre screen now is King's Head. And I think when I come out of Widecombe, I'll be skirting around the side of it. So, it could be good. If you do detour into Widecombe, the road coming out is steep. Tarmac on the roads are my favourite, and it's steep. I'm getting a little out of breath, and I got the bum bums in my head. Paid £4 for a pie. Was it worth it? I don't know. But at least I got some food inside of me. I got some water on board. So now my bag's 2.5 kilos heavier. But it's essential, what you need to do. Just remembered, added bonus as I was walking out. Mental note to myself, don't give yourself more time. You have to push it today. But anyway, met a bloke called Steve Sanger. Great dude. Drummer, Kate Bush, Van Halen, Phil Collins. What about that? Just bumped into him, got chatting. Quick look back to Widecombe in the Moor. Just another quick look back to Widecombe in Moor. Torn in two, still carrying on. There's a moral there somewhere. Lots of great flat tops up here. Good for wild camping with excellent views out to the west. About 30 miles out of Widecombe, just after it rejoins the path again. But I'm heading up here, and I'm carrying 2.5 litres of water extra than earlier, and a pie. I realise I've not been taking many pictures because it's just hard to get the sheer scale of this place. Top left of the screen now, there's a couple coming up with 2 dogs, but that's what I'm looking out to the west now. Just staggering. Quick look back what we've done the last hour. This path in centre of screen now, but we came from over there, exact centre of screen now. We're going out this way, so I've got some more climbing to do before I can drop down. Just a quick trip. Apologies for the wind, it is windy up here. I think I may be pushing my luck now. I said earlier I wanted to get into Widecombe by about 2. Well, it wasn't until about 3:15 and I left about 20 to 4. The time now is 4:45 and I'm pushing it because I'm still at the top and I've got some more climbing to do. And I know it's going to drop down to 3 degrees tonight. The problem is, it's stupid here. Packed a lightweight sleeping bag, thinking I'll be fine, but the limit on it is 5, and that's the bottom limit. 5 limit, 12, and then 17 at a comfort. So I'm going to be pushing my luck tonight, so I want to get out of the wind. Quick 360 from Broadbarrow, over 520 metres up. Now No, I'm kidding, not that. Don't be silly, Jay. Don't be silly. I've got to go out to this bit and then try and get back down. Time now is 5 o'clock and it's starting to cool already. Hamel Down Tour, 529 metres I believe. I'll check it. Welcome to my little reservation, Grimspound. Needs a little bit of work, but it's got potential. I think I might leave that till tomorrow. Skyline. That's not on my camera, that rainbow bit. That's actually in the sky. Grimspound, where I ended up last night. Like I said, look it up on the internet. It's an old settlement. It's an amazing place to visit. And a long time ago. Losing the last bit of the sun now. And there's, when I pack up tomorrow, my first obstacle coming up there. Right there, end of the day, I've had to bang out. I'm not disappointed with myself, but that extra little detour into Widecombe for the sake of a pie, maybe it wasn't worth it. Bashed my knees on the way down, and then you've got the ascent on the way up. My tendons are pulling really tight, and the wind on top of the last couple of hills, I was 592 metres, 523 metres, something like that. I'll check it and put it here somewhere. 16 during the day, it's dropping to 13. It's about 12, 11 now as the sun's going down. Got about another half hour of the sun. There's a weird thing, just talking about the sun. I don't know if you'll be able to catch this on the... no, it's not actually showing. Just over the end of here, which I've just taken a picture of, there's just a small little line, like a rainbow. Uh-oh, marksman. I'm dead. Sorry, got distracted. I was trying to get to Chagford Common today, and there's no way I could do it. So, better part of Ella said to me, stop it. Probably another hour and a half, 2 hours away. And I'll just put that on tomorrow and the day after and catch up with it that way. So, I'm looking forward to a cold night. It was 3 degrees last night. It's going to drop down to 2 tonight. The air's cold. Lucky enough, the wind's dropped, but the air is cold already. Thanks for watching. Catch up with me tomorrow.